Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Era of Tribes, Beliefs, and Betrayals, which is brought to you by Black Beacon Games. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, and games generally run about 60 to 180 minutes. Europe, at the start of the Neolithic period, the human population is scattered all over the continent, living in dark and humid caves. You represent a clan chief of a dynasty, and your one goal is to become the ruler of a vast empire. Era of Tribes is an asymmetric worker placement strategy game in the vein of Civilization, where your goal is to discover, expand, develop, and interact with your fellow players in Europe from the Neolithic period to the High Middle Ages. You have 10 unique tribes to choose from, each with special benefits and drawbacks, as well as different starting conditions. In the game, you develop your tribe by placing leaders on your personal tribal action board, where you choose 1 to 7 different types of actions in each turn. This guarantees quick actions and a short downtime. So that's just a brief look at the base game. And if you want more information about how it plays, there are some fantastic how to play videos out there. Definitely go give them a closer look. But today, we are taking a look at an overview, really, of this new expansion, Era of Tribes, Beliefs, and Betrayal. Integrate intelligence and religion in your way to dominance. This new expansion features more interaction, more fun, more complexity, more dirty tricks, and it includes 3 boards: the Religion, General Vigilance, and Special Vigilance boards. And there are 6 sanctuaries, 15 fanatics, 1 prophet, 1 master spy, 15 agents, and discs in the different colors. And you have 2 dice, unrest markers, treaty tokens, and bread and circus markers. So as you can see, this brings a lot of new ways to play the game. Really, truly some new complexity, but what's nice is that it gives you even more choices. But again, choices may impact other things you're doing in the game, so you have to be mindful about how you and where you want to take your civilization. So again, this video is just going to be an overview of what's going on in this new expansion. Obviously, we're not going to do a deep dive. This is not a how to play, but let me give you a flavor of all the things going on. First, we have religion, and there are 3 different branches of religion. Each offer different advantages when you increase your religiosity, but be careful, the higher your religiosity, the more expensive further improvements will be. First, we have mysticism, which is good for morale and growth of your tribe overall, and it boosts your morale with each round. Now, monotheism helps you to aggressively spread your culture, and if you increase your religiosity, you receive fanatics, which you can place on your regular army. And then we have polytheism, which offers various advantages. If you increase your religiosity, you will receive one-off bonuses that you do not have to give back. So it may not be the most powerful of the different religions, so to say, but you have a lot of options here. So along with your religious board, you're going to have priests, you're going to have prophets, you have your sanctuaries, which can increase morale, you've got those fanatics that you can use with your regular armies, and you have unrest tokens. And of course, there's a series of actions related to religion. First and foremost, you might just simply be raising your religion level, which is your religiosity. So you can use your leaders or your prophets to do this, but it's going to cost you in T. Now, if you don't know the game, T is the currency of the realm in Era of Tribes. So at the bottom of your religious board, there's some special actions you can tap into, which really kind of tie into your main actions. You can only do 1 of them, so you can get luck in battle by getting 2 extra dice. You can be fruitful and multiply in the expansion phase, and here you'll get 2 extra growth. And then you can send out wandering preachers, basically, to regain vassals and put them back into your free vassal area. The last 2 here directly relate to the intelligence that we'll take a look at, but you have things like bribery, or you can revolt, which is an easier way to take over provinces, but those are going to be part of the religious board and basically just bonuses that you can gain. Also, within the religious space of this expansion, you can have a revolution. So you can become a free thinker. If you do, then you're going to lose all your religious levels of wherever you're at. But you can also become religious as another option, or you might simply have a revolution where you change your religion. So lots of different paths that can be taken within this religious space if you're not happy with where you are and where you're evolving within your civilization. And just a few things around prophets. So prophets can be used like a normal leader on your tribal board, the intelligence board, and of course the religion board. You have movement, and you can move around like vassals and also be transported by fleets. Why would you do this? Well, because revolts. On the game board, the prophet makes revolts on your provinces, I should say, more difficult. The missionary, this is if the prophet stands on an enemy province at the end of your expansion, he can cause unrest. and you can attack a province with a prophet. So the player with the prophet always receives the morale marker. The prophet is placed on the battle board as an additional unit. And expel a prophet from a province. To do this, you're going to simply move your prophet to a province with an opposing prophet, and you will be rolling dice for that outcome. Within the religious branches, there are also bonuses to be had. Things like you can receive 1 influence point, or you can build a sanctuary, you can get your prophet, you can get morale or fanatics or gain vassals, bread and circus markers, things like that. But you can do all kinds of different things with these bonuses. So based on your religion, you can take it down many different paths. Now, moving on to intelligence. Intelligence allows you to interact directly with your fellow players, and the probability of these actions succeed depending on different individual conditions. And it's important to keep an eye on your vigilance. There's a general vigilance, which decreases over time and affects all actions, and special vigilance, which only affects certain areas and increases when an action is performed there. So the main components around the intelligence is your general vigilance board, your special vigilance board, markers, master spies, and agents. And you have 3 main actions across your general board. You can execute special operations, and on each of these you will follow the instructions below. Just like with the base game, the icons become very intuitive. So you'll distribute agents, improve and distribute them, and you'll recruit new agents and train your master spy, which I love. And over on the special vigilance board, you have several special operations: turncoat, technology, bribe, revolt, unrest, conversion, robbery, and counter spy. So many things play into this intelligence part of the game. I really like this aspect, especially with the spies and being able to do turncoats and all kinds of things around that. It really does change up what you're doing in the game, adds a lot of complexity with all these things. And again, this was just a very brief overview of what's going on here, but this really does add a lot of gameplay. Alright folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, with that said, this campaign is so much more than just this expansion. You can get the base game again, all the expansions that came before, and one of the things I really like about this system is that it's super easy to engage with. It seems crazy complex, but it really is easy to learn. It is a worker placement game, so you're just taking those actions and moving on. And the iconography is really well done. Again, might seem complex, but after you get into it and learn those icons, it all becomes very intuitive about what you're going to be doing with those particular actions on your turn. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.